All right, y'all. This is Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 1, episode 6. Um, My Little Pony, aka Steph, and Veronica, they meet up and everything. Actually, Steph has a video shoot, and they talk after her video. And My Little Pony is telling Veronica about Simply Justice event, and how she had these different portraits of Amara, with these different hairstyles and everything, and how young Hollywood was gassing himself up, talking about some, oh, she did that for Poppy and everything. And she also tells Veronica how JoJo done stirred the pot between them and Amara and everything. And Veronica, she's irritated or whatever because she let JoJo confide in her about her issues, with her parents and everything, and now she going around stirring the pot or whatever. So now she feels like she gotta have a conversation with JoJo. So those two meet up or whatever. And JoJo trying to make small talk, because she doesn't know that Veronica is about to confront her about this. So, Veronica, she gets straight to it or whatever, and is telling JoJo, I feel like, you stirring the pot here or whatever, sitting up here telling Amara that me and Steph was talking about her behind her back, this, that, and the third. And JoJo feels like as if she did the right thing because Steph and Veronica are supposed to be her so-called friends, but yet they was talking shit about her behind her back. Now, like I told you guys last week, I didn't have a problem with JoJo telling Amara what was going on and everything, and I even said that, yeah, when you really think about it, Steph and Veronica didn't really say nothing like really bad, but it's the fact that they was in cahoots with the enemy, talking about her or whatever, this, that, and the third. That, that shit wasn't a good look. It wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I didn't have a problem with JoJo telling Amara. But anyways, so Veronica feels like, JoJo doing the same thing that, happened on the bus when they all were talking, but worse because she's instigating. And, JoJo is like, well, Mara said that you don't fuck with me and everything. And Veronica, she owns up to it. She's like, yeah, I did say that. I said that I couldn't fuck with you because, you too cute or whatever. And I was just like, is that low-key a compliment? But Veronica feels as though JoJo just involving herself into some shit that she shouldn't have, and that she's being a two-faced, the shit starter, and that she knew her before she knew Amara and everything, and and all this other stuff. And JoJo is talking about loyalty and how she follows like a certain code, and they just going back and forth. And JoJo is like, listen, I'm gonna need for you to be calm and cool and collective, and talk to me like a lady, because I'm a millionaire, and where I come from, to get my way, no, I'm sorry. She says that she's a millionaire and that she comes from money. And to get her way, she would have to slap the shit out of her, and that's going to cost her or whatever. And, Veronica is like, well, try it because, I ain't got shit to lose and everything. Now, I will say, JoJo, when she said what she said, about her being a millionaire or whatever, I said, no. Your daddy is the millionaire, and it's going to cost him if you slap the shit out of her. Okay? It's not going to cost you. It's going to cost him. You know what I'm saying? You were the one who told us that it was your dad's money, and that, at one point in time, he cut you off because you wanted to do the fashion thing instead of being a lawyer. So, yeah, girl, don't, y'all know I like JoJo, but yeah, when she said that, I was just like, okay. But anyway, so like I said, Veronica, she's like she ain't got shit to lose or whatever, and she not ashamed of where she come from and everything. But JoJo is the one that's sitting up here trying to get approval from people in the hood and this, that, and third or whatever. So, next thing JoJo, she throws water on her and everything. And she like, I ain't scared of you, bitch, or whatever, this, that, and the third. And Veronica, of course, trying to get at her. Security is in between those two. And, that's that with them. So then we have Joy and Trina. Joy is doing Trina's hair because she has her own hair salon. And Dawn, she comes in and she says to Joy, she's like, I was surprised when you came by Trick's house or whatever. And Trina is shocked because Trina knew nothing about it or whatever, but she knew that Joy probably didn't tell her because Joy didn't probably want to hear what Trina has to say because she know Trina ain't going to sugarcoat shit with her. You know what I'm saying? But Joy, she tells Trina about it and how, Trick was saying that she abandoned him when he abandoned her a long time ago or whatever. And it's not that she didn't love him, she just couldn't take it no more. And so Dawn is like, well, do you still love Trick? And Joy says, yeah, I do and everything. I just don't know why he's so angry. And Dawn is like, I don't think that he's angry. I think he loves you and he just doesn't know how to say it. And, he still wants to be with you and all this other stuff. And Trina is like, listen, Dawn, I know you trying to help or whatever, but there hasn't been enough love for this relationship in the last 4 years. They need to end this shit and move on. And I was with Trina with that. It's like, yeah, they don't need to get back together. So, Trina was saying that she wants to be the mediator of the situation and just have a conversation once and for all about what the fuck they going to do or what they need to do. And, she wants to do it at her event. She's going to be announcing, that her and Trick are going to be doing a collaborative album together. And once she finishes, her performance and everything, they'll all go backstage and have a conversation. So then we have Trina's event. Trina is announcing the whole TNT project. Trick comes on stage to talk about it because it's this lady that's, interviewing them. And as Trick is talking, he notices Joy and everything, and he walks off the stage. He's instantly pissed off. And I'm like, so you just gonna leave in the middle of an interview, middle of a show? You know what I'm saying? But, he's pissed off and, he tired of the pop-ups with Joy and, he feels ambushed and everything. So they all head backstage or whatever. And, he's saying to Dawn and Trina, so this what y'all do? Y'all ambush me with my ex-wife or whatever, or... Oh, wait, they not divorced, apparently, or whatever. But, yeah, so he like, y'all just ambushing me with my wife or whatever and everything. And, she just wants a conclusion as to what they're going to be doing here. And Trick is like, what do you want, Joy? And she's like, I want a divorce and everything. And he's like, y'all heard that right? Y'all heard that right? Y'all know how Trick do being all dramatic and shit. And, Joy's still trying to talk to him and everything, and y'all know how Trick do. He just shuts down. He's like, I'm emotionally drained and hurt too and everything. And, he walks out the room, like he always does. So now we are at what I really want to talk about, and that's this situation with Bobby, Malik, and Jeffrey. So, the episode actually started with Bobby realizing that he was wrong for getting physical with, Jeffrey and everything. And, yeah, Bobby shouldn't have did that, because, any relationship, you shouldn't, put your hands on, your significant other. But we understand why Bobby did it. We understand why Bobby did it, okay? So he meets up with, Tip, to tell her about, what happened at Princess Pool Party and everything. And, she's telling him that she's telling him that he has to get control of himself or whatever before he loses his man and everything. And I'm like, fuck Jeffrey. He ain't nobody to lose. Like, yeah, he good looking and everything, but he a fuck boy at his finest, okay? So, anyways, on the other side of town, Jeffrey, he's at the gym or whatever, he's hitting this punching bag. He's still upset about what happened, and he admits that he was wrong for stepping out on Bobby, but Bobby slapping him or whatever made him question everything in their relationship. And I'm like, you the one that's questioning the relationship when you the one who stepped out? You the one who stepped out, and you're the one that's questioning everything. Okay. So, anyways, he meets up with two of his female friends to tell them about what happened or whatever. And they like, wait a minute, what is going on here? You trying to rekindle some shit with Malik's ass? And Jeffrey is like, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out or whatever. And they like, why would you do that? Like, this is the same motherfucker that sat up here, blocked you from all social media, because he wasn't ready to come out and this, that, and the third, acting like he ain't know you and everything. And of course, Jeffrey is, making excuses or whatever for him, rekindling this relationship with Malik or whatever. So then we have Malik and Prince meeting up. And I'm going to say this. I don't know when the reunion is going to be. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be in, this season, considering this is the first season of this show. But I hope Bobby slaps the dog shit out of Malik's ass. Like, I told y'all, I don't like Malik. I don't like how he's sitting up here acting like as if he's better than Bobby just because he feels as though he's a more masculine gay dude and he feels that he's superior to Bobby because of that shit. At the end of the day, y'all both are gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But y'all both are gay, so stop acting like as if you're better than him because you feel as though you're more masculine than he is. At least Bobby is able to live in his motherfucking truth, okay? At least he been out here. He been loud and proud about his shit. You sitting up here in the motherfucking closet and you still having doubts about coming out. Even after this conversation with Prince. Like, I'm tired of Malik sitting up here calling Bobby a thing and a creature. Like, he has a fucking name, okay? Like, oh, y'all, the shit just pissed me off so bad. It pissed me off so bad. Okay, so let's talk about the conversation he had with Prince. He meets up with Prince or whatever. And, Prince is like, I just want to know, like, what happened. You know what I'm saying? And, Malik is like, well, I had nothing to do with it. And I don't know why you let that creature in your party and everything. And Prince is like, Bobby? And, he's like, well, did he pop off because he saw Jeffrey with you and everything? And, Malika's like, that thing came into your party approaching Jeffrey, thinking that him and I was together or whatever. And, the truth is me and him are together and that I'm gay. And Prince is like, okay, like, that's not a problem with me. It's not a big deal that you're gay and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucks with you because of how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? And, Malik is like, but everybody doesn't think like that, though. And, Prince was really trying to give him words of encouragement and everything as they were having this conversation. And, don't let this shit stress you. Just be you and live in your truth or whatever. And, Prince, he said that he kind of already knew that, Malik was gay, because of his mannerisms, although we still kind of looking at you, Prince, like. But no. But anyways, yeah, he's telling, Prince that, he don't want the conversation to leave the table or whatever because his parents don't even know or whatever. And once again, it's like, you on this reality TV show, I mean, did you have a conversation with your peoples beforehand and let them know? Like, a child, I don't know. But anyway, so, after he leaves from his little meeting with Prince or whatever, he's sitting up here talking about he still don't know whether or not it was the right decision to tell Prince or not. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? See, that's what I'm saying. You sitting up here looking down on Bobby and everything, but you still not comfortable in your motherfucking skin. So it's just, I'm just over it, y'all. I'm really over it. Mona, don't bring him back. Don't bring him back, and you don't need to bring Jeffrey's ass back either. So anyways, then we have Bobby trying to do this, like little romantic thing for Jeffrey or whatever. And I feel like it should have been the other way around. Like I said, Bobby shouldn't have put hands on Jeffrey. But once again, we understand why. You know what I'm saying? And, as soon as Jeffrey shows up or whatever, he instantly starts going in on Bobby, talking about something. You know how I looked and everything. You rolling up on me like I was just any old body off the street or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Bobby is like, well, excuse me, had you been off the street, I wouldn't have did that and everything. And he's sitting up here saying to Bobby, who acts like that and everything, this, that, and the third. And Bobby is like, don't sit up here and act like I just slapped you just because. Like, you was out here fucking around with your ex dude or whatever and thought that shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? And so not Bobby, Jeffrey is like, yeah, but you didn't even ask any questions or whatever. And it's like, okay, yeah, Jeffrey, you got that one. He didn't bother to ask you no questions, but Bobby ain't fucking stupid either. You know what I'm saying? Granted, yeah, Bobby could have at least asked you what was going on and everything before he just popped off like that or whatever. But like I said, Bobby ain't fucking stupid. So anyways, Bobby, he gets on his knees, and I was just so mad because I'm like, no, you should not be begging him for forgiveness. He should be apologizing too, and doing way more apologizing than what you was doing, because he the one who stepped out on you, okay? And he's saying, listen, even if we just be friends or whatever, for us to do that, I just need you to forgive me and everything. And Jeffrey is like, he forgives him, but he doesn't forget and everything. And, Bobby, he just feels like, Jeffrey allowed Malik to come in between them or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, Jeffrey is like, where he was available for me when you wasn't or whatever, this, that, and the third. And, something happened or whatever, and pretty much Jeffrey is like that, they're done, they don't have a future together, and Bobby doesn't exist to him and everything. And I just felt like that shit was fucked up. But it's like I said, Bobby better off without motherfucking Jeffrey's ass, okay? Because Jeffrey I feel it, Jeffrey gonna end up looking stupid, because like I said, Malik is still not comfortable. Regardless of the fact that he told Prince or whatever, he's still not comfortable, because he's still doubting himself and second guessing whether he should have told Prince or not. So then we have Malik and Jeffrey meeting up somewhere, I guess like the beach or something. And he's telling Jeffrey that he told Prince that he was gay and everything. And Malik is just afraid of the treatment that he might get and everything that he could lose or whatever. And Jeffrey is hugging him and whatever. Let me talk about Gunplay real quick. Gunplay, he lost his homeboy. Some guy, I didn't catch his name, but he lost his homeboy due to some senseless gun violence. And he was trying to be an up and coming rapper, and Gunplay is just so fucked up behind it, because he just feels as though like maybe he should have, been a little bit more involved in trying to help him stay off the streets and everything, And, he has Kiara by his side to support him or whatever. And so later on, they go to like a bar or something, and, she's talking to him, and she knows how Miami is for Gunplay, and she just doesn't want him to end up relapsing, especially, dealing with the loss of his friend and everything. So, Gunplay meets up with Scrappy. Yes, Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They meet up or whatever. Scrappy notices Gunplay's energy is not, all the way there. And, Scrappy is like, yo, what's wrong with you, man? And, Gunplay tells him what's going on. And Gunplay is just stressed out, on top of, his friend getting killed. He got all these deadlines. And, he's just stressed out. And so, that NFL player that we saw with Prince a couple episodes ago, the Brian McKinney dude, he had Chinese Nikki, mother and daughter duo, Chinese Nikki and Chinese Kitty with him and everything. And you guys know that Nikki is friends with Kiara, so she's like, where's Kiara and everything? Like, she not coming with us or whatever. So Gunplay is like, oh shit, let me go, because the last thing I need is for, Kiara to be on my ass about what I'm doing and this, that, and the third or whatever. So far as she knows, I was in the studio and everything. And so Kitty, Nikki's daughter, she's talking to Scrappy about music and everything, and how she wants to do music with him. And Scrappy is like, well, any female that I've worked with or whatever, I changed their life and everything. And I was just like, Whose life? Who Scrappy? Okay. But anyways, that was the episode, you guys. Oh no. I'm sorry. No. I was about to close it out. I'm sorry. No. Okay. Let me get it together. Okay. I was about to forget to mention. Kiara was at the house or whatever, and she was going through Gunplay's things because Gunplay hasn't been home and she's worried about him. And I kind of was halfway paying attention to this scene, but I know that she like picked up like some dollar bill or whatever. I guess that was his, and she smelt it, and I guess it smelled like some type of drug and everything, and that's when she realized that he relapsed or whatever. And so and you guys know, like I told you guys before, I like Gunplay, and I really hope he's not going back down that path, and if he is, I hope that he gets some help for it. But anyways, that was the episode, you guys. And I know I didn't mention Shay meeting up with Scrappy in the club because I really don't care, because him and we know him and the Bam are back together and they're married and everything. So I don't really care to talk about him meeting up with Shay in the club. But that was the episode, y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, share here, share there, share every motherfucking where. And I'll see you guys in the next video, y'all. All right, y'all. See y'all.